Good evening. Got the Athletic Run Wild. Uh, going to be having a chat with Bill, who's the co-founder of Athletic and the CEO. He's going to be talking to us a bit about the beer, talking to us a bit about the brewery and their expansion and launch over here in the UK. So it's really exciting. So I'll see if I can get him in now, and then we'll get going, I think. Let's have a look. Let's see if this works. Hey, hi Bill.
Hey, how's it going? Great to see you.
Yeah, you too. You too. Great to see you. I know we've been talking for a while, so it's great to finally do this.
It's incredible to see you face to face. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, yeah, welcome. Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah,
I feel like
this month is it's been so huge for you guys in the UK and for us over here. Like we're so glad to finally get you over here and get to taste your beer. So thank you.
super excited. Yeah, the launch has been going great so far. Super easy on the website. Ship free throughout the country. Um, yeah, it's so funny to be talking to you from almost like perfectly across the world here in San Diego.
Yeah. So whereabouts are you?
I'm in the brewery, so you can see. Well, we have a fair amount of construction going on. We're putting in some big new fermenters in this space.
Wow.
Cement's being poured Thursday there. Um, Let me go over to the fermentation cellar here, though.
Awesome.
Um,
I wasn't expecting you to be actually in the brewery. That's so cool. Thank you.
yeah, so we put in these 14 300 barrel tanks about Labor Day last year. Um, and yeah, so those are all full right now. Um,
Amazing. Incredible.
yeah, so that's the
What's
bulk of our West Coast fermentation capacity right there.
nice. So did you say, are you in Connecticut or in San Diego? I didn't catch that.
In San Diego
Oh,
today,
you're
yep.
in, oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so when did you, so I guess for people that are new to Athletic, when did, you started in Connecticut and then you've now got the new facility in San Diego. What was the kind of, how did that go?
Exactly. So John and I leased our first facility in Connecticut in 2017, and the two of us basically homebrewed in an empty warehouse for 9 months on Gatorade jugs. So just about 30-gallon Gatorade jugs, or maybe 3 gallons even. But yeah, so we're for 9 months we were brewing both in the empty warehouse and in John's parents' garages. So two grown men home brewing in their parents' garages. And then the beer started to taste good. We built the brewery around it in Connecticut. That brewery on the East Coast is about 10,000 square feet and can
Okay.
make about 10,000 barrels a year of beer. Um, this brewery behind me in San Diego is about 80,000 square feet and can do upwards of 150,000 barrels a year.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
it's fun, and
When
we constantly have projects like this going on to build up the scale of it.
incredible. When did you open this brewery?
We opened this brewery a couple days before COVID got serious. So it was March
Oh, wow.
2020. We signed the papers. It was the biggest financial bet and investment we had ever made. And
Yeah.
then COVID got super serious and closed all borders, everything between states and countries. And we were super lucky to have an incredible team on the ground already. We had hired our first couple people out here. John and I were ready to help build that team. And we had some of our teammates from the East Coast drive west in February. And so we built the team out here to upwards of 50 people. And
Um,
yeah, and we're cranking beer around the clock out here now.
that's amazing. Do you know, I mean, is there any difference between the two? Do you know where ours comes from? I guess, I imagine it would make sense if it's on the east side, but who knows?
Yeah, so we we have a really in-tune sensory program between both
Mm,
coasts. So we strip our water down through a double filtration system to its barest elements, and then we so like starting at the foundation of our beer, it's the same water that's the basic building block of all of our beers. And then we build it up with the exact same ingredients on both coasts. We have a program where we send our brewing and packaging teams back and forth between the two coasts, so
Nice.
that so that everyone learns the same brewing tricks and habits. And we do sensory, where brewers on each coast will mail beer back and forth, and the other crew on the opposite coast taste test the beer to make sure it's consistent with our company standards. So
Amazing.
yeah, there's major efforts to make sure that all our beer is consistent across our facilities.
That's great. Yeah, yeah. That's incredible. It just shows how much like time and effort you put into getting the best quality. So what we've got over here, we've got the Rum Wild, and we've got the upside. Is it upside down as well? The golden ale.
Yep.
So when did these first sort of start? When did you first brew these? Like, does this go back to the very start of Athletic? These beers?
For sure. So that Run Wild and Upside Down are the first beers we ever brewed, and that's what we refined our process on, just iterating over and over again. And they're by far our most awarded and most popular beers. Demand for Run Wild outstrips everything else we do.
Yeah.
It's kind of our best foot forward. That beer's won multiple World Beer Awards and International Beer Challenge Awards and stuff. So we're super excited to have that finally easily available in the UK. We're so thankful for all the people who've been patient with us over the years.
Yeah.
So Run Wild, well, both of those beers have a backbone of organic Vienna malts. So we use almost entirely all organic malts. So it's organic Vienna malt. The Run Wild is a traditional West Coast IPA, meant to be like super approachable, so not too bitter. It's not so bitter or hoppy that it'll ruin any meal you're having with
Yeah.
it. And you can have more than one and not kind of get the hop fatigue. But it's meant for just to be a super sessionable, crushable beer
Yeah.
for any time, anywhere.
It's exactly that. And I remember when you sent it. When I first stopped drinking, you sent over some beers. I started chatting to you, and you sent over some beers. And I remember at the time, it just blew everything out of the water. Compared to what we had in the UK, and it's just amazing to have it over here. And it's going to be great to see how people react to it. And I think this one, just I can see why it's so popular. And do you is it available? Do you have like a tap room in your brewery? Is it available on keg?
So not available on keg yet, just because of food safety concerns. Non-alcoholic beer doesn't have the alcohol to protect it, but but we're hoping to work towards that over time.
Nice.
But yeah, and hopefully getting more and more beers to the UK as well. We're kind of starting with our most popular and things we know people will love, and then we're trying to get more beers over as well.
Amazing.
I saw some comments about the Cerveza Atletica and the Closer by the Mile in the feed there. Closer by the Mile will be available locally in the Northeast this year. It's a charitable beer we do with a great Massachusetts-based charity.
Oh, cool.
It's actually the biggest charitable event in the United States, but it's all to support cancer. And last year we raised about $75,000 for the charity with the collaboration beer.
Amazing. And what's the you have the trials as well, don't you? As well. What's that all about? That's another sort of charitable thing that you do.
What is it? Sorry, there was a bit of noise behind me.
Is it Two for the Trails? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got two, so our mission as a whole at Athletic is to positively impact our customers' health, fitness, and happiness, and then ultimately their communities and the environment as a whole. And so our environmental program from day one has been our Two for the Trails, which we donate 2% of all sales to trail and park cleanups everywhere we sell beer. So we're already working with some UK-based charities in the Southwest Coast trail systems. We rather than make one big donation, we make tons and tons of smaller $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 donations. And we're planning to donate over $1 million to our Two for the Trails program this year.
Wow, that's
And
incredible.
then, yeah, and then in community impact, we donate 1% of all sales to community impact causes to promote equal opportunity, education, and just positively supporting the community in Jedi and other impact causes. And actually, today we are canning our Rainbow Wall beer, which is a super exciting Pride Month beer that'll be dropping on June 1st.
Um,
But that's, yeah, it's our, we teamed up with Olympic athlete Alex Johnson, who's an elite climber and one of our ambassadors. And that's where the name comes from. Rainbow Wall is a famous climbing pitch in her area. Um,
nice.
but but yeah, all proceeds of that beer are to support Athlete Ally, which supports LGBTQ causes in the athletic communities.
Oh, that's
So
incredible. It's amazing. It's great that you're finding the. I don't know what that is in the background. I
sorry.
guess it's great that you're supporting these causes, but also within the kind of athletic and the sports world as well. So really honing in on who it is you want to support. And I was gonna you mentioned ambassadors there. Like what other ambassadors do you have? Like who is part of the athletic team at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, so we have an incredible crew of amateur athletic ambassadors who, there's over 750 ambassadors, some of them in the UK, as you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it's such an incredible community, and that program is such a response to that, where we want to include everyone who's passionate about athletic and support them in spreading the word and encourage people to get out and run races and be positive members of the community. And so that program has been really fun over the past few years. Um, and then for professional athletes, where a lot of our amateur ambassadors are legitimately talented professional athletes too.
Mhm.
But we have been really lucky to have some supporters like Ben Hoffman, the lead Ironman athlete and champion. A lot of Spartan racers who are super elite and incredible athletes. JJ Watt, Lance Armstrong, David Chang, the chef.
Yeah,
So some,
incredible.
yeah, people from the NFL to the kitchen and everything in between.
Do they approach you? Are they people who have seen your brand and they want to work with you because of everything that you offer? Or are you going to them?
Almost every introduction we've had has been organic. I will say, like people like Ben Hoffman, the lead Ironman, he had been drinking our beer for upwards of a year, and he reached out and he was like, "I've been telling so many people about this great new beer I've been drinking during training seasons," and he's like, "It's the perfect training beer. You can drink it all week and feel great and not mess up your training runs." And so he was like, usually these things go the opposite way. A company reaches out, he tries their product, and then it
Yeah,
goes to sign on. And a lot of the times it's been totally the opposite, which has been super fun.
that's cool. And I remember I heard on another podcast you said about you had like gym facilities within your brewery, so when people can come and visit and come for a beer, buy their beers, they can use the gym as well. Is that right? Or you give out free beer to people that run to the brewery?
So we do, anyone who runs or bikes to the brewery, we do give free beer to. Their first beer is
That's
on
cool.
us. We
No.
are building out more lifestyle elements of our tap rooms,
Okay.
hopefully for the future to be able, but mostly we've just hosted outdoor workouts so far in the parking lots and HIT workouts or local 5Ks. Like we've had 5Ks that start and end at the brewery. But mostly we're just out there in the world at finish lines, like anything from local 5Ks with 500 people to Ironman races, Spartan races, anywhere people are having fun and sweating and pushing themselves, we are happy to set up at the finish line and hand out some free beer.
Fantastic. And is that how you first started getting your beers out there in the first place? Was turning up at the finish line?
100%. Yeah, it was. I so we started in 2018, and it was just me, John, and one other teammate who helped us on the brewery side. And we would spend all day brewing, packaging, then I would do administrative stuff, sales calls, and then every weekend I would just pick 2 different races, 3 different races to go set up a table at. And I'd usually run the race, try to run
Yeah.
in the first heat if I could, and then be all sweaty and just hand out beers after. Because,
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of places I would have liked to be running anyway. And
Yeah.
um, we really just wanted to build an authentic community. And, like, there's really no easier product to market for than athletic because it's kind of just built around our lifestyles. And, like, everything we want to do and everything we want to be involved in, we've just started teaming up with.
Nice. But your beers, how widely available are they in America? Like obviously over here again for the first time, but like how obviously you're brewing a lot and you've got these incredible ambassadors, but like is it widely available in the States now?
It's getting there, yeah. We're in about 30 states of distribution out of the 50 states. And then we're available nationwide on e-commerce in the US, just like we are in the UK now. So it's in many ways very similar. And then we'll be building out our retail footprint in the UK over the coming months as well. So,
No. Yeah.
yeah, any recommendations on stores where people would like to see us carried, like definitely reach out to either us on social media or our info email, info@athleticbrewing.com for sure.
Definitely, yeah. I'm sure that you'll be inundated. Like,
Awesome.
we've got loads of good shops over here that stock alcohol free. So yeah, I think it's going to fit in really well. Like, there's a real appetite for it at the moment, and like people want to taste new stuff all the time. So it's really
For
exciting.
sure. Yeah.
So,
The UK and Ireland have such great pub cultures, and like in many ways, those countries have been such innovators on the alcohol-free scene. It's been part of a culture for so long. We're excited to just help continue to build that community and add more options. And whenever people like, it doesn't have to be like a sober or not choice. It can be if you're having a working lunch. If we
yeah.
like to we like to say whether you're not drinking for an hour, a day, a week, a month, or forever, like we've got a beer for you. So
Yeah. I heard you say that, like, like 90% of the time it's probably better suited for not having a beer, like not having an alcohol drink. So like, yeah, and it's perfect for all those occasions.
yeah, for sure. It's the beer, wine, and spirits world does such a great job reaching those Friday and Saturday night occasions.
Yeah.
We really want to make beer that people can feel free grabbing any day of the week, any hour of the day. It pairs incredibly well with like your weeknight meal or like your Saturday afternoon barbecue, like and anything in between. And it's so exciting because everyone thinks of the beer world as an enormous world that hits so many occasions. But I think we're really opening it up to a whole nother, like alcohol really fits well in like 5 to 10% of life, perhaps. Like we want to make a beer that fits in the other 90% of life.
Yeah, yeah. And like you say, like, when you finish a race or finish a big cycle like that, having one of these, you're refreshed after, you're hydrated, whereas having an alcohol beer, you feel worse, you're asleep within an hour. So yeah, it's perfect.
For sure.
So,
And like beer, yeah, beer naturally has so many good things going for it. It's naturally rehydrating. It has polyphenols, anti-inflammatory elements for your lungs, so many good things in terms of rehydration. And now with everyone wearing iWatches, Whoop bands, Fitbits, like all those things that track the quality of your sleep, it's really apparent, like whether you've had alcohol or not, how you sleep. And so, yeah.
So yeah, definitely, and more and more people. And I think so. You yourself, you stopped drinking completely, and that's
Yep.
how you eventually set it out. Yeah, and there's lots of people that are like that. But when when you're talking to your customers, is it lots of people who don't drink at all, or is it a mixture of people who drink and just want to kind of mix it into their rotation of beers? Like what's your customer base? Do you think like?
Yeah, really everything all over the map. I'm really a huge believer that the words like sober and vegan and things like that are so outdated, where like
Yeah,
people can be like flex sober,
yeah,
um, people like can be vegetarian, vegan, 3 days a
definitely.
week, or um, yeah, me personally, I've been sober about 7.5, 8 years now,
Yeah,
and it was really just a lifestyle choice. I had a intense day job. I loved waking up at 5 a.m., working out, feeling good. Me and my wife were eating mostly like plant-based, organic food. And I feel like all the inputs into my life were towards performance and feeling good. And alcohol was just so inconsistent with that, really. Um,
yeah,
and alcohol felt like this artificially low ceiling on my performance and lifestyle. And I really just wanted something that fit into my new life, not like my college life. And so it was like kind of like I was once I stopped drinking, it was like this unbelievable life hack that I realized. And I've never looked back. I was sleeping better, I felt better, I was sharper, my workouts were better. So
nice.
And then you build this whole brewery on it. So it's pretty amazing. um,
What the weather over there looks absolutely incredible. We've had rain all week, so I think you can leave it there, and you can go and enjoy the weather. I think. What's
thank
so obviously we've got these two beers that are going to be hitting the shelves and going out to people over the next few weeks, few months. Like, where do you see the kind of next steps after that for Athletic in the UK and Europe?
For sure. So we're really excited just to make beer more broadly available on e-commerce. And we're definitely happy to take any recommendations for pubs or retail where people would like to see us stock. Um, we're starting with Run Wild and Upside Down, and then we'll be flowing in with our Free Wave Hazy IPA, which is now hugely surging in popularity. And
About,
over time, we'll mix in more seasonals like our Mexican lager, our stout will probably be available this fall.
oh no.
Yeah, and we'll try to be getting more and more variety. Right now, capacity is our biggest restrictor, so we're really just trying to make more beer whenever we can.
You might have to set up a brewery over here.
Over time, hopefully.
Well, thank you so much, Bill, for joining us, taking time out of your day. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we're enjoying the beers and we look forward to seeing what happens in the future as well. So massive thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Robin. It was great to see you face to face, and thank you so much for supporting our launch. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot, Bill. Take care.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.